These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Get the ball.
80 weapons. Yes. Get it.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Matchbox lights.
Give me that ball, defense.
What? Squeeze.
Give me that ball, defense. Check 37. Check 37. Bang, 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 bang. Check nickel.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Go. Topper.
Mike 56, Mike 56. You're trash.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Check 4. Kill.
Smooth.
Check 3. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. All right, T, let's check. All right, T. Mike's 56.
Hey, Zoo. Defense.
Operating from the gun. Weeks looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And this will be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check.
Now it's Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Here's Carson. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mike 54. On the arm. On the arm. Left pass. Left pass. Watch twist.
Run left. Run left.
Hustle. Hustle. Watch out. Check Mike 54.
On third down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Ready.
On second down, Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Pick it. Check it out.
Hey, Haywood.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Alert 3.
Leo. Hey, Foxtrot.
From the gun, Weeks.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Penny, a first down carry. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 53 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run it with Carson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'll go special. Coming, baby. I'm coming right there. Deuce.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D. Big C. You got to step it up. Check 24. Check 24. 14, run it. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Come on, boy. Come on.
Good touch.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0.
14. Vikings, nothing. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Cook running right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Ready. 18 Gator. Watch 54. I got you, Pop. Mike 54. Hey, Alpha. 54. Target. Pilot 64. Weeks.
To throw on 3rd down. Weeks. It's complete to Diggs. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Gain of 27 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You better bring it.
Blue jaw Porter. Yep. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. Fire.
Back to throw. Weeks. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Makes 3. 218. Chopper. Go. Hey, exit. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Get it.
2nd and 15. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
1st down Seahawks.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration. Last week, we talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Weeks. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. On first down, Weeks. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
That's the score, Seahawks 14, Vikings 13.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
special. All go special. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Go. Screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Wilson to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Let's go, baby.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
15-yard line.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 50, check 50. Gun. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Here's Wilson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Mike 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson over the middle, and it's incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, and it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Kill. Turn up.
Touch 50, touch 50.
Check 22, check cover. 22, check cover.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Alert.
I'm on. Mike, 55. Check. Here we go. Mike, 55.
On first down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On second down, here's Penny. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 25.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
36 power.
Mike 5-4.
This is Carson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Mike 54.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now Wilson. That is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. On second down, it's Carson. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They come out here in the I. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
And that's a major league loss of yardage and probably loss of momentum. You're snapping the ball at the 1-yard line before you suffer that big loss.
Yeah, you think of losing any yardage from the 1 is bad. To go that far back, that's a disaster.
And I think the play calling sequence that maybe the OC had in his head, that's got to change on the fly now.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, let's get set. Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Get your swerve on.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Greystone, Travis. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Fight.
To throw again, Weeks. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
I'm coming for you, son.
Hey, Sam off.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Hey, Charlie. Pilot, 64, weak.
Crouch.
25, check 25, check 25.
Hard. Watch out. Sponge.
No, go. Get it.
Operating from the gun, Weeks. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
12. Switch it. Tempo. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's put that team on the hunt. 12. 54, right there. Let's go, D. Let's go. Mike 5-4.
From the gun, it's Wilson.
Push him back.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on 1st down. Weeks going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now left side on the swing pass. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, Zoo. Mike 55. Mike 55. We ain't giving up nothing today. Now.
Second and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 21-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Get in the weight room.
Bring out, bring out, bring out.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now third and 10.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is third and 10.
Check 13. Alert, 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 alert.
Check.
Alert, 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 alert.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is third and 10.
Go.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Back to throw. Weeks. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to the air on second down. Weeks. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
152 fighter.
Looking to throw on second down. Weeks. He's going to fire one. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 37. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. L.J. Collier able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Looking to throw. Weeks. And this is Cook with the ground. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Back to throw. Weeks. It's caught. Smith. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Delta. Mike 50 protein spill.
54. Too little, Cupcake. Slam. Shit. Check 26, check 26.
Hey, Haywood. Pilot, 64, weak.
Undercrunch. Hatchet.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
55's my guy, 55. Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
Check 55, Mike. Now watch one. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. You got it now.
On 4th down, Weeks. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
That's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
What? 380.
59.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies bleed.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson.
It's right.
And And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go, go, go.
Throwing again. Weeks. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Carson, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Carson, and for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Well, I know it points to this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Seahawks, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what?